What is going on, guys? Today we got a brand new video with the Mazda 3. So last video, if you guys watched it, it would have been the Raceline coilover review and install on the Mazda 3. And today, like I mentioned in that video, we are going to be doing a ride height adjustability tutorial to show you guys how to do your ride height. If you guys have coilovers with a reload adjustment, don't touch that. And if you need some advice on it, there's tons of videos out there for that. But today we're going to be mainly focusing on adjusting your ride height with your coilovers, probably brand new coilovers. If you've never done it before, it's really easy. You might run into some situations where you have to pull some components out to access stuff. So anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Straightforward. Lift the car up. We're gonna do the front first, so lift the front of the car off, take the wheels off, and you'll have full access to your adjustment. So how I'm gonna be doing this, before we actually lift up the car, you need to figure out how much you want to adjust, and this is gonna be your handy tool when you do this. So the front end of this car, I don't really want to adjust, but just for the sake of video, to adjust a strut and spring adjustment, I just want to show you guys what you're gonna do. So we're gonna be keeping the front, but in the sense that you want it to adjust, you're gonna be working with one side of the car, measuring basically your spindle gap and all that stuff. I'll show you, and then doing that on the same side, the other side of the car, so it's all equal. So if you went and you looked and you're like, hey, I don't want that, then you adjust to either shorter or higher. You take that measurement, you're gonna do it on that one side, you're gonna measure your collar to a certain extent, and then you're basically gonna do that on the other side so that it's equal length. It makes it much easier than trying to adjust your height on all four sides when you just do it on one side per front and back end. So let's go ahead, lift this up, take the wheel off, and we're good to go. So the first thing you want to do is measure both sides. Now I already know which side, or the measurements, because I already measured both sides before filming. So the best way to do this is take one point and another point and basically measure. Now this side is lower than that side, but it's a little too low for my liking, and the measurement is just so off a little bit that I can actually adjust this and show you guys what to do. So with the Raceland setup here, I really don't know the tech or the terminology behind it, but you got a little coil right here, and then you got the actual spring up here, which makes this a little easier to adjust because there's not so much tension on this. Now, like I said, this side's the lower side, so what I want to do is go to the other side, and I'm going to take my tape measure. I'm going to take my little hook and basically ding it into the first thread, and then where I'm going to measure is to the bottom of the top collar, which is probably your adjustment collar, I don't know. So if I use my great sightseeing, that looks like that, which is sitting 1 inch. 1 inch of space right there that I know. So now we're gonna go to the other side. In between 1 inch and 3/4. With your coilover kit, you normally get spanner wrenches. Yes, these are very good quality. Find your sizes that you need. This is that. So depending on what way you want to turn it, break the bottom one away from the top one, just like so, because this is basically your lock. And then what you want to do, take the big boy wrench and move this up about 0.10 inches. And you can take your time, it's very easy. So the front is a lot easier than the rear. Lock them when you're tightening, somewhat twist both of them, and that is tight, which means, bingo, right on the spot. Which means our adjustment is good to go for the front end. So you guys can go ahead and measure both sides again just to make sure. But that's how you adjust a front coilover without a spring preload. Easy, cool, glamorous, fantastic. Let's go do the rear now. Put this back together. So here I got the ring.
Rear spring.
The rear spring with my perch and collar. Now what I did to measure this was basically, for the front of the car, I had a height. Now Mazda has their suspension so that the front of the car sits lower than the rear, and so if you put something in the rear, your suspension is going to go. So as this is set up, we're basically going to be max lowing this because that's the only way. So this was, the rear was already sitting about, what was it, an inch? An inch higher than the front. So I'm going to drop this by 1/2 inch, which is basically maxing this out, which means that kind of maxes out our figures of when this car goes lower, of where I can approximately sit, and this would basically max out suspension, is what I'm putting in right now. Because these were an inch higher, we're gonna be dropping them half an inch. So again, if we go inside here and we do a little bit of measuring. Now how I measured it was I just measured from a certain point on the tire to the top of the fender. That's how I figured out front to rear. And now I'm gonna adjust the rear. I'm gonna do one side compared to the other side so they're all good to go. It makes it a lot easier. If we take the top of the collar, you guys can see that 3/4 of an inch, it's basically maximum this out. So if half an inch going up is basically maxing this out. It's like on the last thread. So literally just give her a good old spin and get going. That's about where I want it. Go ahead, you put it back on, and that's your rear suspension height adjustment done. So now that we're done this one, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the other one. And that means that is done. Now be careful not to spin this when you're putting it in the car, because it will spin because there's no compression on it. That's how Raceland does their rear spring adjustment, is they don't have a lock-in collar. They just use the spring compression to lock the collar in place, which is, it saves us time a little bit. Somewhat.
And it works.
It works. It does its job. Okay, we're good to go. Which one was, this one was?
This is driver.
Okay.
Hey, you remember last summer when I was learning how to use a camera? And I was like, oh, you're so white.
Same story?
Oh, yeah, bud.
So the lock is right there. I'm gonna go ahead, yank this up. So that locks right there. Cool. Okay, everything is height adjusted. So we're putting it back together now. Hopefully this works out well. Oh my god, it keeps going. The ultimate test.
Drop that e-brake.
Oh,
Yeah, the side skirt looks level all the way.
poor car. This has been the Mazda 3 experiment car for like everybody. Cool. I'm happy with that. Okay, and the car and height adjustment is complete. It is sitting practically how I want it to. Why I mentioned having the rear sitting up a bit more is because of...
So you're going out, night on the town, you get this big, hefty friend, and they're just gonna go, oh! Because they're probably not sober, right?
So this is
And now
why
you can't even do this to it.
this is why when you have passengers and you know you're going to be driving passengers, always have the front up, because if we had another person in the back, this would be dumped. And at this point that would be almost lower than the front, which we don't exactly want. So in the end, our height adjustment was successful, and this should be a quite easy guide for you guys to follow if you guys want to do the same thing with your cars. Hey guys, that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video, turn on post notifications, and comment down below if you guys have any questions or comments regarding today's tutorial. Things get a little bit more difficult when the coilovers get old and dirty and kind of beat up, so just look out for that. You guys might need some like sort of fluid to kind of help you know, moving the collars up and down the threads, but other than that, it's quite a simple process. Unfortunately, the rear we have to take out, which it's quite easy when you have new hardware like new end links and you know, a knuckle bolt that's recently been taken out. But anyways guys, keep it real. I'll see y'all in the next one.